We'll just start the morning here with the stare downs. Rainy's been laying there for a little bit. They kind of get done eating and they stare over here. Wondering why I'm still here, I'm sure. I need to go get Dino's pan before it disappears. But, oh, come on. I see a sapphire. And this little twerp, I know who he is. I'm just not sure why. 722E though. That's 611D right there. Not sure who the show off is. It's showing how retarded they are because they want to eat twine. I just looped that up higher yesterday so they wouldn't reach it. But no, we got to have one big boy that thinks he can do it. Awful light colored, but a good looking calf. You're just going to keep staring at me, aren't you? Stupid human tricks. You're sitting there talking to yourself. Yeah. So, there's the start to the day. Everything's still, driveway's still mostly damp, but at any rate, I could go back to bed. I don't know why. Get up and get moving. Get the dogs to get me going here. I don't mind if Blue sits about that far away because she ain't gonna snap at them. Unfortunately, they'll all snap at them. It's just a matter of when and where. Are you really that jealous of me sitting here on a bucket? Huh? Is that what your deal is? You're jealous? Yeah, more Ruby. Okay. Got to start doing something today. Oh, Ruby's going to come to the gate now. Hi, Ruby. I may be a little slow sometimes, but I figured out why that calf's staring at me and why he looks so familiar. Attorney boy. And what I can see, come on, it kind of shows up. It don't look bad. I did notice him. He was, ouch. Yeah, some sore today. Lou, leave him alone. No. I did see him when I come up the lane with the truck the other day. And he's got a big sheath, but it's not all swelled like it was. So I think that looks really good. Not going to complain about that. Yeah. Now we play the game of where'd they put the pan. It didn't go too far. Started out this year and it was staying right here. Sometimes it'll be over there. Sometimes it'll be way down there somewhere. But so far this year they're keeping it here fairly close to the gate. And they all think they gotta run out because I'm here. Well, we got done getting feet shuffled around, and now, yeah, it sure would be nice if we had an overhead crane in here. Really would be nice. Because we got to take that basket off. I can leave part of this end hooked up, but not much of it. Because this piece comes out. Of course, I guess we could take the screw out of that. Take the screw clear out, and then this could come off and it won't have all the extra but I do have to unhook the hydraulic cylinder from it to get it out. Just more fun. And I really have not figured any better way to do this than what I already figured. Because this tube is twisted and distorted, and it looks like it's right in here. Which means it's not going to come out. There's a bushing here. I don't know how long. I just know there's plug weld here and it's welded on the end. So there's a bushing, we'll say, right here. It ain't going to come out because it's distorted. Same thing at the other end. So to get it out, I got to cut this off to get that off. When it gets cut here, I know this piece will come out this way, because this will be off. But I got to handle all that. It means cutting into this brace, because I don't want to get into here. I'm going to cut it right here. Which, when I'm done, will work to my advantage, because this piece, I can come over here and help support that, and I can do the same thing off of here. Maybe add a little weld there, because there ain't a whole lot. And gusset it here. This gusset's already going to be part of it. May or may not put something else under here. Not that I'm really worried about it, because I mean, I'll probably have more than adequate weld on the tube going back together anyway. Just don't want to see something go sideways. And then we get to this end. To get it apart, I'm going to have to cut it off right there to get that tube out. And what I'm thinking, rather than trying to get this out of here, get a smaller tube. Get one that'll just fit in here. If it'll fit in here tight, I can use pieces off what's in here for a bushing for where the bearing surfaces are, and it'll just come right through here. I got all that to weld, and cut a couple slots in here probably and weld through, because you can't weld on this side. And when these are put together, they're put together on the tube. This is welded all the way around here, and then they put this piece on in these. So that's kind of the only thing I really see to be able to do it right and get stout enough. But I'll go heavier wall tube, because that ain't very heavy. I mean, that's probably like Schedule 40 water pipe. I don't think that's a 1/4 inch. It's more like 1/8 to 3/16 right there. So we get 5/16 or 3/8 wall. It should hold up forever. I wish they would have made both ends the same and put a cylinder on both ends. That would, make more sense to me, because the issue is when it's down on this side, you go down to wherever your cylinder is set, is how far this piece goes down, and then your adjustment is what pulls the rake up to wherever it needs to be. So here, this is down against the cylinder, can't go anywhere. Back here, there ain't nothing there to stop it. Absolutely nothing. So it's all torsion on that piece of pipe. And I was hoping we could show you that. It ain't going to show up. I can look through and see it. The bottoms. Well, I don't know. Maybe we can zoom in. You can see that's not a round hole. So, but trying to figure how it's going to come out. And I think we got lucky to a point, because we put all new adjusters on here, which includes this piece. It's an Acme thread inside. Those are expensive. So is the rod that goes through there. But all we're missing is a heavy flat washer, the rod that goes through there, and a big spring. Of course, the spring may be one of those things that's going to be spendier and shit, but these pieces and the adjusting screw that goes through it are, when we replaced them were damn near $300 a set. Crazy. It's like $195 for the one piece and $105 or something. I don't remember. That's been 4 or 5 years ago, I guess. Probably 6 years ago by now. Because we got this before Dad got sick. So yeah, that's been 6 or 7 years ago now.
I ran it when Griffin ran the baler last time.
Yeah, she got to run this the last time Dad ran the baler. We were baling at the end of the road, taking wheat straw off the neighbors, and had this thing spread out pretty much as wide as it would go, because they got a 24-foot header on their combine, so that's how far we were reaching. And it was just barely a narrow enough windrow for the little baler. The big baler, I never would have been able to pick the windrow up. Would have been too wide. That's what sucks. The little baler's got a wider windrow than the big baler.
I'll never forget though being scared shitless because you and Dad working for us. I'll never forget when I was in front of him raking and you guys left me with him because you guys had to help him in the tractor. And I kept saying, what the hell do I do if all of a sudden he just goes and we're right next to a road? I'll never forget that. You guys, oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just talk to him on the radio. It'll be fine. Oh, I pissed him off. Would you just shut up and let me do my job? He was so mad at me.
We had a little fun with him that day because I told her, you keep talking to him, make sure he's all right.
I did.
And then she kept talking to him, make sure he's all right.
He was so mad.
No, the issue right now is trying to figure out how to hold that basket in midair. Because it's not like you can set it down. And all I can think is put a piece of cross up front and suspend it. And I'm thinking about a block, wherever that sticker is, and do the same thing.
Will the cherry picker go high enough and we just block
and
that?
she's thinking of the cherry picker, which I already thought about, but I think we got issues getting it in here. Because that end I can support. It's this end that's, there's nothing here.
We can shove it in close.
And the cherry picker would have to pretty much sit right where I got to do all the work. I think. We may still try that.
No, we come from the back.
You can't get it back here, dork. We got a furnace in the way.
The wheels turn, Dad.
And we're against the door. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Good job. I made her job.
Certain things you give me a heart attack for, dude.
Pin. Off a hook. She got the hook in her hand. When this thing broke and I had to bring it home, I lifted the basket with John Deere. And I chained around here and around the pin on both sides. When we lifted a little bit, the chain on this side came loose. The other one was hung up around this, could not come loose no matter what we did. So bouncing down the road or something before it got here, it shifted. So we just spent the last 20 minutes basically taking the cotter key out of the pin on the hook. And
I was just here for moral support.
luckily I had a bent punch that was able to kind of hit the hole and got it punched part way out. And the reason for the vice grips was I took a chisel and shifted the chain over. Yeah, I know this one's got a bolt. But I ran a chisel in here to shove the chain over and push the pin out when I couldn't beat it anymore. And I did that. Then I tried to chisel it back this way, but it wasn't enough. When I did it again, it shifted the pin out enough that it had a big enough hole. So I put the vice grips on so the pin couldn't slip with the chain and popped it and made her just about jump clear through the ceiling.
Made me about.
Because I give you an idea here. The distance between right here and right here was only about that much. That's how far things went. So we got that end supported so that it can't swing.
You can tell my heart to go back down to normal heart rate now.
And that end we don't have to take anything loose on. We're going to leave it hooked, top and bottom and top, however you want to go. Because all we got to do is unhook one end of the hydraulic cylinder, which is the pin right there. Because that's the only piece got to come off. And hopefully, yeah, we're still hanging there, but our weight is all on the cherry picker at this end, and it's not moving. So the fun part is getting those bolts out now. But it's noon. I'm hungry. So it's going to be lunchtime here in about 2 seconds. Look who did come to see me today.
Hi, Grandpa.
Hi, sweetheart.
Grandpa.
She just had some baba, so little milk coma going on.
I came to get some jam.
Hi, Grandpa.
So
Oh, Mom made
there she
strawberry
is. And she's a
jam.
growing. She had her appointment yesterday, and she gained like 6 ounces in
2 days.
2 days.
Yeah, and Titi finally got to see Josephus.
And Auntie Titi, she's just not happy to have her at all.
I told her I will keep her.
Oma over there waiting for her.
Yes. I told her I would keep you.
Brooke's taking some laundry in.
Come
So
and talk it to me. Oh, you come and talk
easier
it to
for
me.
her to come since she's here. She can get it done while she's here instead of having to run home and do it.
I take her butt.
Okay, Grandpa's got you, Blake.
That's why she's chilling.
Chilling like a little villain.
Thank you.
That's Blakely. There's hope. You see your little feet? Hmm? You're okay. Good girl. Don't eat the toes. Your toes smell good? That's hope. You want to pet her? Oh, 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 oh. What happened? She's making noise. Let me see your fingers. Let me see. Oh. You're okay. Good girl, Hope. Hello. Hey. Did you sniff her? Hey. Hi. Uh-oh. Don't put your butt to her. Come here. Hey. Turkey butt. Hi. Hey. What?
Oh. She is fine.
I don't know what to do with those. Did you see that? Oh. Hey, Meester. Don't you smile? Oh, toes. I don't know about that. Don't eat her. Oh. The stinky toes? Are they stinky? Don't headbutt her in the butt. He knows Mama whacking. Don't be mean to my baby again.
Upon further inspection on the other end, that's all we need for parts. But you'll like this. You really, really will. If I got the actual right part, which I'm 99.9% sure I did. That rod is $290.29. Excuse me. To get to that spring, that's $85.23. This piece right here that the rod screws into, I'd let you guess on that, but I'm pretty sure nobody would get it. I didn't write that one down because I don't need that one. $460 and change just for this pin with 2 washers. I think, no, maybe, no, it didn't come with the washers. The washers were off the old ones. That's just the pin and maybe the cotter key. Isn't that freaking crazy?
Well, why don't they make anymore?
Oh yeah, there's some parts they don't make too that are no longer available for it. This is the earlier 216 rake. But there's 3 different choices for those rods. This happens to be the only one that's like that. The other 2 are, I think they're inverted with a nut on the bottom. And then you got to have a wrench to crank on it. I think is how they were. And she's cleaning up stuff she didn't clean up last year. But we got her hanging. It's hanging on the chains. Bolts are all out. And of course, when it came loose, everything swung. But we're back as far as we can go with the tray picker. The only way to get farther back is if I'd rolled around the corner and then the whole thing would be in the way where I got to cut everything out. So that's my story there. And I really, really, really wish, this would be awesome if I could do it, if I could get inside there and cut that tube about here, slide that out, because that would give me a better piece when we go back together. Maybe. I don't know. That's just thinking, but you can't get into it anyway, so it doesn't matter. I think it's wide enough here. I'm going to try to take the chop saw and I think I can get clear through that. Pull it all the way this way, cut it off, and then shove it the other way a little bit, cut it off. Her eyeball fingers aren't working today because she ain't got her arm with the cow's backside.
Yeah, I need a tail in my face.
She's tail slapping her in the face. A good
Good
shitty tail full of afterbirth. That's what she needs. So anyway, it's all loose and hanging. I'm just trying to figure how I want to cut that square tube. I don't know if I want to try to use the plasma on it, or, I mean, ideally would be the little grinder with the cutoff wheel, leave as small a kerf as I can, but that's not feasible. I mean, I'd probably go through 10 freaking grinder discs trying that. And the, plasma, I got more cleanup to do and a little more gap. I'm just kind of stuck at that part, figuring that out, since I kind of got to figure out my parts. Yeah, I know, it's scribble. And I'm guessing that spring because the other spring they showed for the higher serial number. Oh, and hey, if I remember to put it in the right place, you already seen it. I was with Blakely, and I think Ty got a little video with her laying on me. Just give me that deer in the headlights look. But Brooke got some she's supposed to be sending me, but I think she's gawking off. Her and Ty went to the barn and introduced Blakely to Hope and Tahoe. Tahoe was an a-hole. Hope was a nice lady, so hopefully she'll get that to me and that'll be in here. She's like, what the hell? Yeah, we got a leaky. It's one of the steering cylinders, I think, that leaks. I was also, since I was online looking, all those holes right there, that's so you can put caster wheels on the front and on the rear of the basket if you want. And there's a few around that have them. I know why there's only a few and why it was only on new ones. I couldn't find them as a complete unit. I could only find piece by piece. And the least expensive piece was like $600. And the most expensive piece was like $2,600. And figured that up in my head real quick with what was there. We paid less for the rake than what one caster assembly would cost to put on here. We paid $4,900 for the rig. Freaking crazy. Oh well, that's 6 minutes of gabbing. There's that end laying there on the floor. And yeah, I don't recommend that unless you really know what the hell you're doing. I didn't think it was going to come out of there like it did. I pulled it out some just so I wasn't, cutting into where I couldn't reach very well. And Ty says, "You want me to pull it on out?" And I laughed at her. I said, "Just don't jam the damn thing." Well, she didn't jam it.
It's so light. It's like carrying around a bottle like this.
Yeah, she says it's like carrying a baby bottle. But it came out. I'll be damned.
It's dirtier than fuck on the inside.
And hey, you see a hole at the other end. It's not clean in there by any means. There is a little bow to that because it's got some twist in it.
But like I said, if you're looking like this, it don't look like it.
Yeah, like Ty says, it looks pretty straight when you look down it.
When you're looking like this, it looks straight.
It's got a little curve that way. I can see that from here. But that's all. Its twist is what it is. And I was right. I mean, hell, that's only scheduled for your water pipe, if that. So.
And when I break something, I break it.
We might just do like I was talking and get a piece that'll fit inside it. And because I don't trust that center. I mean, the only thing it's really there for is alignment at this point. If we can cram a piece through the middle of it. Or the other thing I was thinking was just cut off so much and keep that to go in where the bushing is. And really, I don't think there's a bushing inside that. It's just pipe to pipe. So I cut that in like 8 inches from the bracket. Stick the new piece through it, weld it on both ends of it. And the only part that's going to have the deficiency is going to be the other end because it'll just be welded on the outside. But anyway, that's what we got for about the end of the day. Not like I can do a whole lot with it besides sit here and look at it at the moment anyway. Can't do anything till Monday. And I'm hoping, since I think I have the right part numbers, I'm hoping I can go to Case IH and get my New Holland parts. If not, I go down the road to the New Holland dealer and say, "Hey." But I also know when you do that with the New Holland dealers, you look the parts up online first at their location because their pricing is different all over the country. But you got to look up that particular dealer and see what the parts price is. Because when you walk in their door, last time when we bought the rod and what they call the nut, I just flipped my phone around and I said, "You better rethink your parts price." Because they were, between both pieces, they were over $100 higher than what they advertised each piece together as. It didn't take him long to change his mind. So anyway, that's our Saturday pretty much. Hope everybody had a good Saturday. Hope everybody has a great Sunday. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I know it's hanging there by chains, but there's enough chain on that to hold about 3 times what it's hanging at least. So, and nobody's underneath that. And the cool thing is, I don't have to cut that mainframe now. Because I honestly, looking through the end of that pipe, I didn't think there was any way in hell it was going to come out the end. But hey, I just saved myself literally a good day and a half of work on that. So all I got to do is find a piece of material and go from there.